Hello and welcome to the video about positions. As you can see, we're step by step covering almost everything from this documentation page, and it's getting more and more interesting. And in this video I'm going to discuss how to use these two functions, positions total and positions get. And they are very similar to these two, orders total and orders get, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining everything. If you've seen this video about orders, you're already familiar with these concepts here. So let's quickly jump to the first one, which is positions total, and you can see that this one is pretty straightforward. You have to use positions total function without any arguments, and it returns an integer value, getting the total number of open positions. So let's go to MetaTrader. I don't have the MT5 platform currently open, so once again you can do this programmatically by running your Python code. And now I'm logged to MetaTrader and the specified account here with the account number, the server and the password. And let's start with positions total function, which is let me create a variable which is going to take positions total here, this one. And if I run this one right now, you can see that it returns an integer and the value of 0, which means that currently I don't have any open positions, which is the case here you can see. And let me place manually a few so we can have some information to work with. For example, buy Euro USD by market. Let me sell the Euro USD by market once again. Let's open another one, this time having the Great Britain pound and USD currency pair. So we have now 3 open positions, and let's take a look what this function returns now. You can quickly see that now we have 3 positions, and this everything for this first function. It's useful to control the total number of positions, and yes, you can track this number for different reasons. However, if you want to access more specific information about your open positions, you should go to the next function, which is positions get, here, this one. And again, very similar to orders get, as different parameters and co-options that you have. Again, you have 3 different co-options. The first one is without any parameters inside the function. You can filter by symbol or by group, and you can access your positions by providing the ticket number. So let's go step by step. First, let's take a look at this one, the first one. This is positions total. Let me create positions get comment. Of course, in the end, it's a good idea to close the connection between MetaTrader 5 and Python when you're done with all your code. But for the moment, I'd like to create a variable which is MT5 positions get. And if I run this one, you can see that I have a tuple. It returns a tuple with 3 different positions. You've seen this many times before, but quickly you can access all these positions in similar fashion. We did this with orders, and we've seen this in many different occasions. But for example, if you want to access position get and position get, and if you want to go to the first position, you can use indexing. So here you can see only the first one with this ticket number. It's in the Euro USD. Of course, you can export all this information, the volume, the opening price. We don't have stop loss and take profit, and the current profit, and this kind of information that is available here as different arguments. So for example, you can keep using this index structure to access the first position from the tuple and the first attribute, which is the ticket. So here you can see that yes, this ticket is the same as this one, or alternatively you can use the dot notation to access the ticket. Once again, it's the same one, and you can do something else to convert this information to a dictionary, and here you can see all the available information about this first position. So this is how you can work and access the information about different positions in different levels. You have a tuple containing the information about all the positions that you have currently opened, and you can select different positions using indexing and go deeper, accessing their attributes using dot notation or indexing once again. And of course, you can convert this data into a dictionary, or if you prefer, you can convert it into a pandas data frame, for example, depending on what's your objective and what you'd like to achieve. And this is the first method to call this function positions get. If you remember here, you have the option to provide the symbol name as an argument. So let me write symbol, and for example, if I write Euro USD, now I'm expecting this tuple to change to two positions, because if you remember, we have two positions in Euro USD. The string that you have to write is the same as here in the market watch. So the tuple should change to these two positions, and the GBP USD should be ignored. Let's see if this will be the case. Again, yes, exactly. And if I run this here, you can see that I have the two Euro USD positions now printed, and I'm not going to show you how to access the first or the second one, or different attributes of these positions. So see, this is how you can use the symbol. Of course, you can do the GBP USD. Now we have only one position with this symbol, and yes, of course, this is the GBP USD position. Okay, so let's move to the other filter, which is group filter for selecting positions by symbols. So here, if I provide, for example, only Euro or USD, it's going to filter by the symbol name. So let's rename this argument here to group, and for example, let's use only GBP. This is going to filter out GBP positions, and it's going to search the string name, and if it finds the GBP string in the beginning or in the end of the symbol name, it's going to select these positions. So in this case, I want to take a look. Yes, here this GBP position is selected successfully, but you can print it, of course. Here the GBP USD with all the relevant information that is contained inside the tuple. You can do the same with Euro. Here now we have two positions in the Euro USD pair. Here Euro USD symbol and all the relevant information, profit of the first one, profit of the second one, tickets, and so on and so forth. And let me show you if I type USD, because we have three positions, and in each of them we are starting with Euro as the first substring, the first three letters of the string, and the GBP. Once again, what if I type USD, which is the final three letters of the symbol name? Let's take a look what's going on. USD. And now, of course, we have the three positions that contain USD in their name. So let's take a look at the ticket number, which is the last option to get information about your positions. Now I'd like to change this group to ticket, and if I remove the quotes here, Let me go and take a look, for example, this ticket number 3913 9510 913 950 217. So I think this is correct, and yes, I have now double with only one position. Let me print the information about this one. And yes, this is exactly the position that I want in Euro USD. So this is how you could access positions by ticket. The next video will be the final one about this documentation page and the different functions it provides. And after this one, we're going to move to our trading bot. So what we have to cover next is these historical orders and deals. And afterwards, we're going to move to the interesting part where everything comes together, where all of these functions, or at least most of them, are going to take part of a real trading algorithm. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.